picture or some shit. But, for real? Yeah. All right. Shalom. Yahweh Shem Yahushua Barakatah to the brothers. We not? Oh, yeah. All right. Shalom. Yahweh Shem Yahushua Barakatah to the brothers. Shalom. Shema Thabah Shem Yahushua to the sisters. We're the I.S.U.P.K. Start on 1 West, 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under commanding General YAHANNA. We are not affiliated with any other Hebrew Israelite group. That's right. You know what I'm saying? We here to teach Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans only who they truly are in the Bible and what holidays they should celebrate. You know what I'm saying? Because now we're in the season of holidays right now. When it starts to get a little colder outside, you know what I'm saying? For some reason, these heathen nations, they like to celebrate the solstices. They like to celebrate the transitioning of seasons. You know what I'm saying? Unlike Israel, the black man, the Hispanic man, we were a little bit more wiser than that. We was a little bit more smarter than that. And the Lord saw that, and that's what made him choose us. Because we ain't Neanderthals. You know what I'm saying? We ain't running around worshiping anything. You know what I'm saying? We was a wise people. You know what I'm saying? The oracles of God, the saints. You know what I'm saying? These other nations, they worship the sun, stars, anything that twinkles. You know what I'm saying? Anything that looks shiny. That heathen nation, they like to bow down to. You know what I'm saying? You look at some of them gods over in India, East India, they feed it milk. They feed it their food while the rest of their nation is starving. You know what I'm saying? India is a trash heap. India is literally mountains of trash. You ever seen Slumdog Millionaire? That's real life over there. And you wonder why those little street vendor videos went viral because of them being so disgusting. That's what happens when you worship them type of gods. They're not living gods. You know what I'm saying? So they don't got a problem with the disgusting filth they live in because that's what their God is, disgusting filth. You know what I'm saying? Go over there to Middle East, the Arabs, and look how they live in. They blowing themselves up thinking they finna get 72 virgins. You know what I'm saying? For a cause of what? For what? You know what I'm saying? When they what can we say? They abuse little boys. You know what I'm saying? They assault little boys. And that's a part of their culture, which is a part of their God also. You know what I'm saying? We went into how Islam and Muhammad, their so-called prophet, the founder of Islam, wanted to have relations or had relations with little boys. And he married a little girl, a 9-year-old girl, Aisha. You know what I'm saying? These other nations don't understand what it is, you know what I'm saying, to be chosen by the Most High. But you are chosen by him. And the Most High chose you, and he gave you a specific set of holidays, which we're going to be celebrating this Wednesday. You know what I'm saying? Give me Proverbs 3:31. And I'm going to get there with you. You know what I'm saying? These other nations worship what? Something as simple as the moon. You know what I'm saying? When God created the moon, said it in the Bible. He created a light for the day, what? The sun, and a light for the night. What's that? The moon. How does the moon? So, for people to understand, you do know you can see at night, right? It's not pitch black dark when you go outside to the forest, because guess what? And they teach you this in Esau's military, which is how your nods, which is your night vision goggles, can see at night, because it reflects off of the moon's light. And the moon gets light from the reflection of the sun. So this is how it all works, right? But let me get that scripture when you got it. We have Proverbs 3. Wait, did I really want Proverbs? Go ahead.
Proverbs 3 and what? 31?
Yeah.
Envy thou not the oppressor. Choose none of his ways.
Yeah, it's Amos 5:21. That's on me. Amos 5:21.
This is the book of Amos, chapter 5, verse 21. I despise your feast days.
The Most High hate and despise the feast days of these heathens. You know what I'm saying? They create these certain feast days, first off, to celebrate a lot of them that they conquered you. You know what I'm saying? The Feast of Thanksgiving, which actually comes from Saturnalia, which is the harvest that Romans and Greeks used to celebrate, they used to celebrate it by having orgies, you know what I'm saying? Or group, I don't know the safe word to say for orgies, but they used to have orgies, you know what I'm saying? Just like P. Diddy and his baby oil thing, that's what they was doing. You know You know what I'm saying? You wonder why these so-called rich people do these things behind closed doors, because this is the backbone of America. America is built off of the Roman holidays, which is why they got the obelisk. They built off of the Egyptian holidays. You know what I'm saying? Which is why they got the obelisk at Washington, D.C. You know what I'm saying? That's that tall, straight block of stone. That is supposed to be a rod. You know what I'm saying? It's a rod for the earth god to be having relations with the sun god. And they say, what's the sun god name? Ra? In Egypt, they say he spread his seed, if you know what I'm talking about, on the earth, and that's how humans came. And it sounds disgusting. You know what I'm saying? But these are what these other nations believe in. Now read that from the top. This is what the Lord think of these other heathen holidays. Go ahead.
God, this is the book of Amos, chapter 5, verse 21. I hate, I despise your feast days.
The Lord hates and despises these feast days. He hates the fact that you about to go dress up as a slutty nurse, and now Halloween ain't even for the kids no more. Now we got grown adults who want to celebrate Halloween more than the damn kids. It ain't even about, I don't know the last time I seen kids out here trick-or-treating. You go to the Walmarts and stores now, it's all about adult costumes. How slutty can you look for Halloween? Which tells you something. The spirit of these holidays are starting to be revealed. You know what I'm saying? Because these holidays are all about your sexual pleasures. These holidays are all about your greed. You know what I'm saying? What you want. You know what I'm saying? Your filthy lucre. These things aren't about like to help the people. They aren't to feed people. You know what I'm saying? They're about what makes the person celebrating it feels good. You know what I'm saying? So these holidays started off with these sexual escapades. You know what I'm saying? They wanted to go have group orgies, or they didn't want to be with the woman no more. You know what they wanted to do? They wanted to explore. You know, see, I seen one interview where the brother was talking about how a celebrity, he said, I done had so many girls, man. I'm different. I was like, ooh, this is Hollywood is disgusting, man. Right. Hollywood is disgusting, and they're only Black Hollywood is disgusting, and they're only replicating what they seen their slave master do. Where do you think these celebrities learned these little filthy things they doing behind closed doors? The quid pro quo. Who you think did it to them? You know what I'm saying? That spirit didn't just come out of nowhere in the Black people, but they'll have you think, oh, this is how Black people naturally are. This is how they naturally are. You know what I'm saying? This is why we can't give them money, the P. Diddy's money, because this is how they are. Look at R. Kelly and P. Diddy, but they're not even looking at who did it to P. Diddy, who did it to R. Kelly. You know what I'm saying? And they brought it out. I mean, R. Kelly said he was molested. You know what I'm saying? Can't wait till this tell-all story when P. Diddy release it. What was going on behind closed doors with them executives? You know what I'm saying? And it all starts with your slave master. You know what I'm saying? It all starts with the so-called oppressor. You know what I'm saying? Your Edomite, your white man, the so-called white man. You know what I'm saying? These things start with them. The sickness is something you aren't just born with. You know what I'm saying? Esau, he's a sick person. Right. You know what I'm saying? He loves to see this, because you don't see how long was Epstein doing what Epstein was doing until he got caught up. You know what I'm saying? And now P. Diddy, like I'm saying, now the Lord is revealing the stuff that Black Hollywood has been doing. You know what I'm saying? Black celebrities and Black power, Black money what's been going on behind their closed doors. You know what I'm saying? Because that's not something we should be getting into. You know what I'm saying? We are trying to take on what the oppressor does. You know what I'm saying? Instead, P. Diddy could have been lifting up Blacks and Hispanic men that wanted to do music. But instead, what did he do? He had TV shows to degrade them. He made a brother go run past like 12 different cheesecake stores to go get him a specific cheesesteak. The humility, you know what I'm saying, on live TV that P. Diddy had going on with. And then like whoring out sisters, you know what I'm saying? Whoring out our sisters, molesting our children, you know what I'm saying? And guess what? The only child they want to talk about is Justin Bieber. Just like they said, Justin Bieber was a troubled child of this. But when it was Chris Brown, this is who he is. He's a criminal.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? When it comes to our people, it's no type of understanding of how did he get like this? Did Hollywood make him like this? No. Because when Justin Bieber started getting in trouble, they was like, he's hanging around all those criminals and all those drug addicts. You know what I'm saying? Who was he hanging around at that time? What? The Will Smith's son?
Yeah.
He was hanging out with Waka Flocka, all those black celebrities. He was hanging out with them, and they were the reason why Justin Bieber was like that. But we don't talk about how Chris Brown got like that, how Demi Lovato got hooked on heroin. They don't talk about those things, you know what I'm saying? Because they troubled children. You know what I'm saying? But when it's a white boy hanging around black folk, black and Hispanic folk, we're the issue. You know what I'm saying? But with us, it's naturally like, okay, that's his fault. He chose those decisions.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But instead, Justin Bieber was a troubled child. You know what I'm saying? Continue with this scripture. The Lord don't like the holidays we celebrate. The Lord don't like the P. Diddy and the little sacrifice. I think he got a tattoo of I can't remember the name of it. It looked like a Mary and a baby Jesus, but it's supposed to be like some voodoo type goddess, or whatever. You know what I'm saying? And it's supposed to resemble like a mothering goddess. You know what I'm saying? And as we go on and these plagues and the Lord start revealing what's going on behind these curtains, you'll start to notice a lot of these celebrities are into this paganism. A lot of these celebrities are into worshiping other gods. You know what I'm saying? And the Lord is starting to reveal these things. You know what I'm saying? Which is why they do the certain things that they do. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead with that scripture.
God, and I will not smell in your solemn assemblies.
You know what I'm saying? The Lord don't even want to smell the candy that you about to go get on trick-or-treating, or whatever candy apple, whatever hayride, whatever what else they do, the haunted house you about to go to. You know what I'm saying? He don't even want to see you going to those things. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like a smack in the face to the Lord. Because he gave you a high holy days. He gave you holidays to celebrate. You know what I'm saying? Nothing as simple as candy, trick-or-treating, like fulfilling your lust. You know what I'm saying? You about to go put on a mask to resemble somebody that's dead. Last time I checked, the Lord said you do not worship familiar spirits. You know what I'm saying? I noticed a trend in the black community. We like to talk about our ancestors so bad. Our ancestors, worshiping our ancestors, speaking to our ancestors. I can hear my ancestors talking to me. Sisters do this at an alarming rate too. It's like sisters believe they got some type of power, and they can talk to the dead. The ancestors all talk to her. Sis, I think that's all the bodies that you call. I think that's all the men that you slept with that you hearing. You know what I'm saying? Those are demons. You know what I'm saying? You done slept with the whole block. You know what I'm saying? And you none of your ancestors gave you the answer to find you a good man yet. None of your ancestors gave you the answer so you can get out of the little hole that you dug for yourself. You know what I'm saying? Which shows you that the Lord isn't in those familiar spirits. You know what I'm saying? Whatever you hearing, you need to go seek help. You know what I'm saying? They have mental facilities for people that hear voices, sis. You know what I'm saying? And I guarantee you it ain't the Lord.
Right.
Is that it on that? Keep going.
Verse 22. Though ye offer me burnt offerings.
Though you offer him burnt offerings, right? We about to go gather around this table. It's Thanksgiving. We're about to gather around this table, eat some. You know what I'm saying? We about to go put these apples in a bucket and dunk our heads and try to catch them with our mouths. Do all types of crazy. Halloween, and it's so crazy how when you grow up, before you come into the truth, you don't even realize how wicked some of the things you're doing is. You know what I'm saying? You are literally resembling monsters. And as you go into an adulthood, the Halloween becomes so damn wicked. You know what I'm saying? The Halloween, when you go to a Halloween party, what are the females wearing? They're wearing slutty devils. You a slutty nun. Like, and you was just in church. Talk about God know my heart. Go ahead.
And if I could, that goes to show, but for one, I'm saying it so heavy because that right there goes to show that even Christianity don't respect God.
Right.
If let's say they're waving the right way, now you mean to tell me you decide to dress up as a slutty nun?
Right. Right.
It's supposed to be holy, so it's just crazy. It's like,
right. You You in church Sunday or whatever day you go to church, for the Christians or whatever. And then whenever Halloween is, you got the red devil suit with the fishnet on. Right. Yeah, your cat all the way out there for the world. And you posted it on Instagram too. This is killing me, my sisters. This would really kill me with sisters. They celebrate birthdays, which is against the Lord. And then it's in the Satanic Bible. I'm gonna do that for one of these classes. I'm gonna break down the birthdays in the Satanic Bible. But they celebrate these birthdays, which is already against the Lord. But now you go celebrate your birthday and you got a birthday photo shoot. Hey, what are you posting on your Instagram? You in lingerie. How is you in your lingerie supposed to be, for the whole world to see? There is nothing like left for me to like guess of like, oh man, I can't, what this sister look. You leaving nothing up to the imagination. Like we see everything because it's your birthday. I don't understand it. It's like you want to ask respect from the so-called oppressor and the heathen nations, the other nations, but then you don't even respect yourself. You know what I'm saying? I can't respect the brother that allows his wife, right? His girlfriend, whatever you want to call it. You know what I'm saying? You allow her to post something like that. You didn't check it. You was like, nah, that's my girl. I'm comfortable. That's what they say. I'm secure in my position with my body. Like you let a female trick your mind so bad that you are okay with her showing other men her body. Like your mind don't even think like to ask her like, what's the point of you posting that? What's the point of you putting that on the internet? Like I didn't even get the picture. And then some brothers be like, well, I got to see it first. What kind of simple-minded response is that? I don't need to see it at all. I don't need to see a girl in fishnet. I don't see her I don't need to see all of that. You know what I'm saying? That's for you, brother. You know what I'm saying? But instead, you want the whole world to be able to have access to something that only belongs to you. But God forbid somebody take what's something that's valuable to brothers nowadays? I don't even know what Nick nobody, like everybody share everything now. Sneakers. Like somebody take your favorite sneakers, but you will lose your whole mind if somebody took your sneakers, but your rib, you know what I'm saying? Somebody that's to be a prized possession to you, the whole world can see that. You know what I'm saying? You're a secure man. You know what I'm saying? This is why the Lord ain't with these holidays. You know what I'm saying? Because these holidays allow your women to do whatever the hell they want on this day and get away with it. But the Lord of Israel, you know what I'm saying? He put rules in place. You know what I'm saying? Because you have to have rules in place, especially for humans. Sheesh. Can you imagine if there was no type of law in place in America? You know what I'm saying? We would be doing whatever the hell we want, sleeping with everybody. Go ahead.
I can say that too, if I could. If they needed an example on us living without no laws, just think of Sodom and Gomorrah.
Right.
How wicked that place was.
You can go in there and ask for some angel booty. You know what I'm saying? And try to take it.
They try to take it.
He said, well, you can do this the easy way or the hard way, lot. We prefer the hard way. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? And look what the Lord did with Sodom and Gomorrah. Because they were so wicked. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Because they wanted to do whatever they wanted. That's the spirit America's getting to right now. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? They want to do whatever the hell they want to, which is why these so-called LGBTQ plus, you know what I'm saying? Why they going out here having these little mental breakdowns. You know what I'm saying? I think they said the person that shot at Trump, the person that's doing a lot of these mass shootings are from those communities. You know what I'm saying? So you can tell the type of spirit they have on them. It ain't a good one. You know what I'm saying? So if you support those movements, you are just can I say, yeah, I can say stupid human being. You know what I'm saying? You don't need to lead nobody. You know what I'm saying? Take the background, TD Jakes, because your tape, I don't even know if it's out there, but it's coming out. You know what I'm saying? All of this nasty work that they was doing with Diddy in that house is starting to come out. Did they say Kamala Harris was on that list? I know they said something about the Barack Obama or the Obamas was on there. You know what I'm saying?
I don't know, sir.
I know they was talking about somebody in political power was on there. And that's why the FBI trying so hard to cover it up. You know what I'm saying? Because Diddy was out there with Obama, probably freak. And it's so funny that blacks and Hispanics, we don't even see it. Like Obama and Trump. I don't know about Kamala yet. I ain't look at Kamala's yet, but both of those names were on two lists so far when it came to children. The Epstein list, because everybody forgot about that list and whose name was on there. Barack Obama was that. It's photos of Barack Obama going to Epstein Island.
Right.
And then he was on this P. Diddy indictment. And you still gonna go believe that voting is the answer, especially for the Democrats. Sheesh, that don't tell you already they sexual deviants. No wonder he stands for the LGBTQ plus and passed all them laws. He wanted to be freak. He wanted to do what he wanted to freak off. Right, it makes sense. You know what I'm saying? He wanted to, you know, that's what he was doing behind closed doors. You know what I'm saying? And Trump nasty as well. I don't know what he into, but I'm pretty sure he into them kids. Regardless, why are both of those names consistently on every indictment list or whatever you want to call it when it comes to trafficking younger people? You know what I'm saying? That's too many occurrences. One too many where their names pop up close to something like this. You know what I'm saying? That should have you like double take. Go ahead.
But if I could, you know the saying, you are who you hang yourself around.
Mm-hmm.
So my thing is, it's for all the celebrities that witness some type of child, what you call that?
Abuse?
Child abuse, or you had to call it child abuse.
Yeah, I think so.
Pedophilia.
Yeah, pedophilia. I think we can say that.
Pedophilia. When anybody witness that and still be cool to even hang around that person, that goes to show that you're not too far from them.
Right. And this is why it's such a cut to that Drake and Kendrick Lamar beef, because Kendrick Lamar, how long you been sitting on this information that Drake was a so-called pedophile and you bring it out in your beef? Like you ain't no better than. You knew he over there touching little kids. If he is, I think it's alleged still. I don't know if he was at the Diddy parties, but it's alleged. You alleging that this man is a pedophile, and the only time you bring it up is when y'all in a rap beef. So that makes me think you may be one of them too. You be hanging around them and all that. Ain't nobody say nothing to Drake. You know what I'm saying? Just like all the brothers that's starting to come out now with the P. Diddy tapes, talking about P. Diddy. I seen P. Diddy do this and this and that. How long were y'all gonna wait? You allowed P. Diddy to molest Meek Mill? You know what I'm saying? You allowed him to molest Justin Bieber, Usher? You know what I'm saying? You allowed these things to go on. But now you want to speak out because there's a little bit of money involved. You get a little bit of money off the book, or the docu-series they about to come out with, 50 Cent coming out with. You know what I'm saying? You just as disgusting because you ain't stop it. This is why blacks and Hispanics need the I.S.U.P.K. and the Commander General YAHANNA.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? Because we gonna speak out. We ain't letting you touch no little kids around us.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? We putting a full stop to that disgustingness. You know what I'm saying? But leave it to TD Jakes. He gonna go get the baby on himself and help you. You know what I'm saying? What is he called? The power bottom. You know what I'm saying? That's your leaders. That is TD Jakes. He is the power bottom. You know what I'm saying? That's who you want to lead you out of your captivity. Twa, go ahead. See where it gets you. You know what I'm saying? See if you'll succeed. You know what I'm saying? Let's go with that scripture.
Come. That's it says and your meat offering. It said, I will not accept them, neither will I regard the peace offering of your fat beast.
You know what I'm saying? The Lord is not regarding any of the offerings you trying to give up. Like a lot of you Christians think, oh, you got to pray over your food. You got to do this and that. But you still, as you're asking him to do all of these things, right? Bless this food and thank you for this food, whatever prayer you're saying, you know what I'm saying? You are still going out later that night, dressed up like a whore. But for men, sometimes y'all going out dressed up like females. I done seen brothers come outside thinking it was a joke. Not brothers, mainly Esau. Esau like to do stuff like that. They'll go wear heels and go dress up like a nun, all types of stuff. You know what I'm saying? Dress up like the opposite sex. You know what I'm saying? When it's against the Bible. But you expect the Lord to hear your prayers? You expect him to accept the foods or the meats you give him? You know You know what I'm saying? The sacrifices, you think, oh, okay, this is for the Lord. You know what I'm saying? Because in your mind, you think you're going to not suffer punishment for whatever you're doing on Saturday night. On your mind, you think, okay, I can just smoke this blunt. I can go sleep with this man. I can go sleep with this woman. You know what I'm saying? And do nothing and never hit her up again or whatever. All I got to do is make sure I sacrifice or pray over this food the next time. When the Lord sees all of that, he see all the disgusting things you're doing. You know what I'm saying? He see that you celebrating Halloween, claiming him. You know what I'm saying? And it's it's really disrespectful. You know what I'm saying? You celebrating the dead on Halloween. That holiday has nothing to do with the Lord. And then for blacks and Hispanics, I always ask this question, like, what are you celebrating it for? Because you go to the Catholic Church, there's a saint for Halloween, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. You know what I'm saying? But for blacks and Hispanic Christians, what is the point of it? And you claim you love God when it's celebrating monsters, demons, and ghouls. How is that with the Lord? You know what I'm saying? Can we get that article? I want to talk about the origins of Halloween. You know what I'm saying? It comes from Celtic, also comes from Rome. You got remnants of Greek and Egypt in there too. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna show you which joint to start with. It's the 1, 2, 3, the third paragraph.
You said the third paragraph?
Yeah, Sam Hain. I think I'm saying it wrong, but it's some Hain or whatever. It's the first word in the paragraph.
Sam Hain was a foreign festival.
Yeah.
Festival? Okay. This is Halloween 2,000 years old history. The third verse. Sam Hain was a fallen festival celebrating the fall harvest of the transition from the hot, light seasons to the cold, dark seasons.
So we just was talking about how these other nations, they like to worship simple things that the Lord created, right? We're gonna pull the verse where it says you worship the creation instead of the creator. I think that's Romans. But keep going.
Explain Timothy Bell, Florence Harkness,
Professor of religion.
Huh?
No, keep going.
Professor of religion and chair of the Department of Religious Studies, as a transition between seasons. It was believed to be
liminal
or between time, when spirits and fairies could enter the human realm more easily, and the souls of the dead could return home.
So now, when we go into the Bible, an example of of familiar spirits is Saul, and what the Lord did to Saul when he tried to access or tried to talk to the dead. You know what I'm saying? He tried to talk to Samuel. You know what I'm saying? You know how the Lord made him see things, or made the witch see things, because the witch was what do you call those people that read your palm and stuff like that? She was one of them, right? A palm reader, basically. And they would tell you, oh, I can talk to your dead mother. They're basically playing on your grief, playing on your loss to gain money, right? So that's a story where you can read, and the Lord where he destroyed a person for trying to do these type of things. Now, this is what the heathen celebrate. They say it's easy for the dead to come into our living realm, you know what I'm saying, during Halloween. If you're a Christian, I thought you only believe in God. So how is it easy for dead? And then it said fairies. If you know anything about fairies and the Greekology, I think it's Greekology. I think that's how you say it. Fairies were supposed to be like a sexual, like they was having sex with them gods and fairies. Like that's where the Peter Pan was a molester or a pedophile who played the flute. The flute was to lure children into the forest, and he would have intercourse with the children. You know what I'm saying? This, like, a lot of these stories that we read about or read as children were actually not real stories, but stories in Greek mythology. I think that's the word I'm looking for. Greek mythology, that these gods and these demigods and these fairies and stuff, they were doing nasty things because these nations believe in orgies and sex and greed and all types of stuff. You know what I'm saying? And the holidays we celebrate today, these holidays are the same as the Roman and the Greek and the Egypt. You know what I'm saying? Because they all are just weird. You know what I'm saying? It's real. It gets real weird. You know what I'm saying? Keep going.
Sam Hain like Halloween. So Sam Hain, like Halloween, was celebrities on October 31st.
Celebrated.
Was celebrated on October 31st.
You see, ain't nothing new under the sun. These same holidays are still being celebrated. Keep going.
Celts celebrated by wearing animal heads and skins.
So they was doing the same thing you do. You got that pig skin on top of you. A lot of these masks that you wear, especially brothers that were trying to wear the scary masks, they made out of pig for you so-called Muslims. So I thought you shouldn't even be touching that, but I digress. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, they were wearing animal heads. Now imagine how it was made back in the day where they didn't have they didn't have plastic or technology to make it like better. So they just go outside and cut a horse head and go put it on top of their head. That's how disgusting these nations are. Think of Vikings and how they would go into the forest and have intercourse in the forest. You know what I'm saying? And they would be wearing animal heads. You know what I'm saying? They would be celebrating the winter solstice. And they would do human sacrifices too. Keep going.
God. Building huge bonfires and sacrificing animals and crops.
You know what I'm saying? They sacrificing animals and crops. You know what I'm saying? This is the same thing. You know what I'm saying? Think of you ever heard of raves or something like that? Would a Esau be like painting their bodies? They be out there butt naked with the glow in the dark sticks. They be on Molly and ecstasy. You ain't never seen those movies. What's those movies where what's a good movie that had a rave? It's called a rave.
Oh,
rave. Yeah. So this is similar to a rave. You know what I'm saying? They would have all these sexual escapades. They'd be high out their mind. They'd be wearing costumes. You know what I'm saying? They feel like when the sun goes down, they turn into an animal, what you would call a spirit animal. You know what I'm saying? And they turn to a different being. Or this is when they be turning, they freakiest. There's no P. Diddy probably was at a lot of these events. You know what I'm saying? Keep going. And they be dancing around the fire and they be sacrificing all types of animals and stuff. You know what I'm saying? Just disgustingness. Go ahead.
Celtic priests called Druids thought the closeness to the spirit world allowed them to make accurate prophecies on Samhain.
So these witches or these wizards thought they could make accurate prophecies, just like the witch that thought she could make talk to a prophet Samuel and tell Saul what was going on. You know what I'm saying? If he was going to win. You know what I'm saying? These heathen nations think they got the answers, but they don't. They don't. And which is why the Lord is going to destroy them. And which is why every time you try to go inside of there, you'll end up in jail.
Right.
While he laughing in his little CEO outfit. He the one sending you to jail. He was right next to you. He a head of the FBI or something like that, and he the one signing your indictment. He know you about to go to jail, and he over there at the baby oil party with you. You know what I'm saying? This is why you shouldn't join these other nations, because this is okay. Let them have their sexual escapades. You know what I'm saying? When you do it, the Lord deals with you. You know what I'm saying? Now Diddy is having withdrawals in a cell. You know what I'm saying? From dope sickness. You know what I'm saying? He is probably curled up in the ball right now, throwing up. You know what I'm saying? If you ever seen or experienced dope sickness, it's excruciating pain. You know what I'm saying? And you got to go through it. There's nothing, unless you're just going to be able to get the drug, which he can't go. You know what I'm saying? They said they got him on suicide watch. How you go from the richest, a billionaire, living your life to a cell? You see how quickly the things can flip when the Lord is dealing with you? Now Diddy is in the hands of Esau's justice system. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead.
I'm on the next paragraph, right?
Yeah.
Interactions between the Romans and Celts caused the Romans to integrate their pagan traditions with Samhain. The Romans celebrate a festival honoring the dead in the late October, which they call Feralia. They began to implement some of Samhain traditions into Feralia.
You know what I'm saying? So a lot of these things they mixed in, right? If you know anything about Romans, who's the head of Christianity? The Roman Catholic Church. All these other religions that come out of Christianity, they're just subparts. But the Roman Catholic Church started all of this. You know what I'm saying? So they made this holiday up because they seen what the Celts were doing. They seen, okay, I like this part of it. We're gonna add that in. October 31st, bonfires and putting heads. And it's also about worshiping the dead. You know what I'm saying? And this is what these other nations been doing. You know what I'm saying? And now you thinking, oh, I'm doing it for the kids. How the hell? I don't even know if they still say that because they not, like, I swear it's on anything. These people are not taking their kids trick-or-treating anymore. It's not about the kids no more. I see it on more social media than anything. The adults are out there having crazy parties. Like, it's not about trick-or-treating anymore. It's nothing about the kids no more. It's all about what the adults want. You know what I'm saying? And what they want to do at this night. You know what I'm saying? They going to a party and they sleeping and walking around butt naked. You know what I'm saying? Do whatever the hell they want. Go ahead.
I'm saying it's so heavy because it's like they can live out their fantasy.
That's what it is. Yeah, they living out their fantasy.
They want to be. She could be a whore that night that nobody would judge.
Yeah, I remember it was a trend to be Harley Quinn in the miniskirt. Every sister had to dye their hair half pink, and wear the miniskirt with the high two stocks and your chest out. You know what I'm saying? You wanted to be Harley. It's like you watch something on TV all year. You're like, you know what? I'm gonna be her when Halloween comes. And now your whole personality changed for one night. You get to sleep with whoever you want. You got the whole train ran on you and all that. You know what I'm saying? And then wonder why you can't keep a man. You go back to the man you married to after that day and think he's supposed to be like, all right, babe, it's all over. I still love you. You know what I'm saying? Like he gonna kiss you and all that. I mean, I know there's weak dudes out there, but sis, you diabolical for that. You know what I'm saying? Keep going.
Additionally, the Romans incorporated a celebration of YAHANNA,
Go ahead.
goddess of fruit and trees, into the combined celebration of the dead. YAHANNA's symbol was the apple, which may have contributed to the practice of bobbing the apples.
Bobbing for apples.
It's like bobbing for apples. Becoming a part of Halloween traditions today. So
they talking about how in a lot of those parties you're supposed to put your head in the water. It's apples and you put your head in the water or whatever. This is where all this is coming from. You know what I'm saying? That's how I said everything you think is so innocent. I mean, Commander YAHANNA brought it out earlier about when not earlier during the drunk where he was talking about was it Galatians? No, Gideon and how the hedge was made to worship a certain God, you know what I'm saying? And how America has so many things all over the cities. You know what I'm saying? You don't even know half the things you're doing for these holidays. You're worshiping another God. You ain't know bobbing for apples was supposed to be worshiping the God of fruit and fertility or whatever, which a lot of these other religions, they have that same goddess. There's always a goddess for fruit and fertility. There's always a goddess for drunkenness and wine. There's always a goddess for like, what do you call it? Like Hades and all of them, the underworld. You know what I'm saying? A god for that. You know what I'm saying? They got all types of gods for the trees, the forest, the sun, the earth. But then you look in the Bible, it says there's only one God. You know what I'm saying? And if I could, I want to pull Romans 1:25.
This is the book of Romans, chapter 1, verse 25. Who changed the truth of of God into a lie.
You know what I'm saying? They're saying, who changed the truth? You know what I'm saying? We all know, or everybody here in the I.S.U.P.K and the Commander Junior YAHANNA, we know who changed the truth.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? These so-called pastors, they changed the truth. The so-called white man or the so-called oppressor that teaches your pastors changed the damn truth. They done told you Christ was a white man with dog hair and blue eyes. You know what I'm saying? And a pushover. You know what I'm saying? They done told you that the prophets were didn't look nothing like you. You know what I'm saying? They only, you know what I'm saying? They told you that you were only a slave. They told you were African. You know what I'm saying? They turned the truth into a lie, man. Because they turned it so bad that you, when you hear us, you get irritated. Like, there's no way. I'm a nobody. I can never be a prophet of God. My bloodline, we only crackheads and slaves. That's all you believe in. If we go on those street corners, man, we tell you that you are a chosen one. We tell you that you're special to God, and you'll argue with us about it. We have the Esau kiss our boot, and you would die on the ground so they wouldn't kiss our boot. You know what I'm saying? You would die before you let a so-called white man kiss the boot of a black, Hispanic, or Native Indian man.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? They say, who turned the truth into the lie? They say, your so-called oppressor did. You know what I'm saying? Keep going.
And worship and serve the creature more than the creator.
I mean, look at how these other religions are set up. They worshiping apples. You know what I'm saying? Who created the damn apple then? You bobbing in the water, celebrating this goddess of fruit and whatever, not even realizing it. You know what I'm saying? But that's a creation. You know what I'm saying? You celebrating Halloween for the dead. Who created the person when he was alive? You know what I'm saying? You trying to find ways to talk to the dead. Let the dead be dead, man. We're going to get into the laws of messing with familiar spirits, but leave the dead. Let them lie, man. Sheesh. You trying to bring up Uncle Roy like that? Let the man sleep. Sheesh. You want to talk to the man? He dead. Go ahead.
It's like you just reminded me of that the Creed movie.
Oh.
Like, let it die.
Let it lie. Yeah, what Creed said? He said it's gone, dead. Let it lie. Like now, you trying to wake somebody up from the sleep. Why do you want him to come back to this hellhole anyway? Right. You know what I'm saying? Uncle Elroy had all types of thyroid issues, gout, and heart attack. You know what I'm saying? You want him to come back just so you can talk to him. Like, let him lie, man. Leave the dead. He's selfish. That's what he is. Yeah. You say you worried about your own feelings so you can bring Uncle Elroy back to talk about nothing. You know what I'm saying? Talk about nothing. You know what I'm saying? Let him lie dead, man. He's nothing. He's food for the earth. You know what I'm saying? Stop trying to bring back the dead. Keep going.
Come. Who is blessed forever. Amen.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? You over here worshiping everything under the sun but the Most High. You know what I'm saying? You want to worship the creation, which is insane to me. You might have to set up some more chairs. You know what I'm saying? Which is insane to me. You want to worship Salakia. You want to worship the sun, the moon, the stars, when those things were created by a higher power. Those things were created by God. It says it in Genesis how he made the sun, the moon, and the stars. He created you. You know what I'm saying? This is a cut to you Christians because you believe in the Most High, but then you talk about zodiac signs. Zodiac is literally stars, a formation of stars. You know what I'm saying? The zodiacs are literally a formation of stars, and you worship them. You look at them for the answers in your relationship and wonder why your relationship doesn't work out. It's because the Lord isn't with that. The Lord sees it as simple. You know what I'm saying? And the Lord punishes us for those things. You know what I'm saying? This is why we're in our slavery now. This is why we got to apply for Section 8. This is why we got to pay property tax for a property that we own. You know what I'm saying? But these are the punishments that the Most High give us for trying to worship something that's not living. I mean, it's became so stupid that we worship rocks now. I mean, like you're trying to charge up a rock thinking it's going to make that man stop wanting other sisters, but it is not. You cannot control the urge that men has to want multiple wives. You know what I'm saying? Can I get another coffee and a water, please? Oh, shalom, brother. What's going on? You know what I'm saying? It said, who changed the truth of God into a lie? You know what I'm saying? Esau told you it was okay, and that the zodiac signs actually describe what a person's personality was. You know what I'm saying? But that's a lie. He told you Holloween somehow was a saint. You know what I'm saying? He told you, what's the I don't know what you call it, like the monster with the pumpkin head, jack-o'-lantern. He told you that was nothing. You know what I'm saying? You can still do that and believe in God. You know what I'm saying? He told you to buy from them apples. And in reality, a lot of the times in slavery, during these holidays, it was killing you. You know what I'm saying? Like, we looked at Christmas as a time of rest because that's when Esau felt like he was supposed to give you something during your slavery, from lashing on your back and having you out in the hot sun or in the cold climates during Christmas time. You know what I'm saying? But now, and then you want to talk about your ancestors. You celebrating Thanksgiving. What is that doing to your ancestors? You know what I'm saying? You want to talk to your ancestors, he should be talking to you about how you spit in his face. You know what I'm saying? You want to bring him up. You want to bring him from the dead October and then go disregard and disrespect him on Thanksgiving. You know what I'm saying? Thanksgiving is what? The celebration and slaughter of the Native American Indians. You know what I'm saying? We understand Christopher Columbus didn't come here for no peace treaty. He didn't come here just to barter. He came to conquer. You know what I'm saying? Him and his nation, Spain. English came over here too, Portuguese. They all came to conquer. They didn't come to be friends with you. So what? You know what I'm saying? They didn't come here to be friends with you. Which is why the Lord is angry right now with this nation. Which is why he sent COVID. Which is why, I don't know if you've seen it. I seen it recently. Lebanon, they just got bombed to hell. They had people evacuating mass to the south. Like, the war is popping and locking right now. Like, it's every time you turn around, there's something on the news about how Israel is bombing this and Palestine bombing that and Yemen and all that. It's moving over there. It's shaking. You know what I'm saying? America's scared too. This election season got everybody shaking in their boots. And it's glorious to see when you're in the truth because you understand what's going on. You understand, like, okay, I might not have to clock into that slave no more. You know what I'm saying? You ready. You trying to go sit up in them chariots. You know what I'm saying? You tired of going to clock in every day until you in the dirt. You know what I'm saying? Waiting for your nephew to try to raise you from the dead on October. You know what I'm saying? The familiar spirits. But read Romans 1:25 again.
This is the book of Romans, chapter 1, verse 25. Who changed the truth of God into a lie?
Yeah, we read that. P. Diddy, he changed the truth into a lie. You know what I'm saying? Kamala Harris changed the truth into a lie. You know what I'm saying? They told you abortion was okay. They told you abortion was okay as long as you had other things going on in your life. You know what I'm saying? They taught you how to be selfish. You know what I'm saying? P. Diddy rubbed you on your shoulders and said, you signed this contract. You know what I'm saying? They rubbed that baby oil on you. That's what he did. You know what I'm saying? Keep going.
And worship and serve the creature more than the creator.
You know what I'm saying? You decided to give your life to Islam, which is crazy. Lil Durk posted what? Something about Allah. You know what I'm saying? You gave yourself to a rock. You worship the rock, the Kaaba stone. You pray to the stone, Mecca. You know what I'm saying? Palestine blowing themselves up, and you praying to the stone. If you want to beat Islam so bad, go over there and fight with Islam. They war. You know what I'm saying? They see how their God is helping them in their war. Because right now, they're getting their behinds kicked. That Kaaba stone ain't doing so much for Islam, is it? I don't think so. You know what I'm saying? I can't wait till Israel go up in there and try to bomb the stone. I want to see what they do there. Because right now, Palestinians are getting their behind kicked by Israel and America. You know what I'm saying? Keep going.
Sorry, if I could, too. Even that brother, what's his name? Marcel,
yeah, and the brother that was, he was Islam talking about all praises. Imagine if we had a brother like that was dedicated to the truth. You know what I'm saying? He was stern onto the truth, but instead he was misguided. You know what I'm saying? He was in the prison system for however long, 21 years? 26, I thought, something like that.
Yeah, he got locked up in like
96.
Was it 96 or 2001?
What? It was a while ago. It was a while ago. You know what I'm saying? But imagine if, and I already know how he became into Islam. He was in jail. Islam is a jailhouse religion. You know what I'm saying? And the brother thought that was the answer. He went into Islam to be, and thought he was going to get some type of wisdom, and he thought Allah was going to be with him. And guess what happened? Allah didn't save him. Allah didn't save him. You know what I'm saying? I feel bad for the brother that he lost his life because he was in the system. You know what I'm saying? This is what America does. They've been killing blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. You know what I'm saying? And America is going to continue to do this unless we turn back to the Most High. You know what I'm saying? Islam is not with the Most High. I don't care if you think Islam is close to us. Islam is somehow righteous. Islam is not the answer for blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. We already brought out how Islam started off with pedophilia and killing and raping or abuse of children. You know what I'm saying? So blacks and Hispanics should be nowhere near that. You know what I'm saying? Or you'll be caught up in the crossfire. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, keep going. We on 26, right?
Verse 26. For this cause God gave them up unto vile affection.
What's her name? Alexa, is it on? Should I plug in? Alexa. Nah, I don't think she plugged. I'm gonna just pull it. We're gonna look up the definition of vile.
Hey, Alexa.
So the definition of vile means morally despicable or abhorrent. You know what I'm saying? Physically repulsive or foul, of little worth or little worth or account, degrade, disgusting or utterly bad. Now read that scripture again from the top. 26.
This is the book of Romans, chapter 1, verse 26.
Mm-hmm.
For this cause God gave them up unto vile affection.
For this cause. So since you wanted to worship you want Alexa. She's still booting up. So for this cause, you wanted to worship Islam. You wanted to worship Halloween. You wanted to bob for the apples. I forget, what was the goddess name that it said when you bob for the apples? Pomanas. Something like that. Whatever. Greek or Roman goddess. Alexa, define vile.
The word vile is used to describe something that is exceptionally bad or lowly.
Right.
It is used to describe someone or something that is repulsive or detestable.
All right, stop.
Something is vile if it is wretched.
Alexa, stop. Something that is disgusting or repulsive, right? So the Lord said again from the top.
For this cause God gave them up unto vile affection.
So the Lord gave you up, since you wanted to bob for apples on Halloween, since you wanted to bring up Uncle Elroy or whatever familiar spirit that you wanted to go and talk to and worship under the sun. You know what I'm saying? You wanted to worship the creations more than the creator, the Most High. He gave you up to vile affections, something disgusting. You know what I'm saying? Something you got to deal with. A lot of times it can be what? An STD. You know what I'm saying? You could be what? The gout. What's some of the plagues that black people suffer nowadays? You know what I'm saying? We suffer from all of those. We the highest in STDs now. Think about it. You know what I'm saying? And I know we ain't as devious as these damn Edomites. They nasty. They real nasty. You know what I'm saying? I mean, just think about some of these Asian nations too. You know what I'm saying? They eat whatever the hell they want to eat, and they worship. And even the East Indians. You know what I'm saying? Look at them street vendors. Why the hell they not plagued with all type of disease? But as soon as you want to eat something, and then it's crazy because a black grandma, she'll wash the hell out of some damn chitlins, but she the one suffering from high blood pressure and all types of disease from eating that pork. But over in Asia, they eat the whole pig. You know what I'm saying? They got the pig with the apple in the mouth and the guts hanging off the table, and they not suffering from it like us. You know what I'm saying? So the Lord gave us up to vile affections, disgusting things. You know what I'm saying? You want to have orgies, or you you like the little, I don't know what you can say for them, LGBTQ plus type affections. You know what I'm saying? Alternative lifestyle. Like you want a man with a wig on, basically. You know what I'm saying? Now he gave you up to vile affection since you wanted to worship these gods. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of these gods and goddesses, they're gods and goddesses of orgies. That's what they did. That's what the Romans believed in. You know what I'm saying? Which is why a lot of times during Easter, right? A lot like Easter is the goddess of fertility, right? So they would have orgies and have sex. And then that baby that was conceived during that, which is 9 months later, they would sacrifice it for the winter solstice. You know what I'm saying? Which is why they would say a lot of babies were born like what is that, December? You know what I'm saying? Christmas time. You know what I'm saying? Nimrod. So those things were like that gift they were supposed to be giving to that god or goddess. A lot of these nations did, which is why it's so disgusting to be celebrating these holidays. You know what I'm saying? Because historically, the people that they were killing, you know what I'm saying, or the babies that they were killing were our children. You know what I'm saying? A lot of the times that the sacrifices was ours. You know what I'm saying? Every time we try to delve into these different religions, we always got the, what do you call it? We always got destroyed because of it. You know what I'm saying? Because we aren't even supposed to be in there. I mean, just look at us in America. We the biggest contributors to Halloween, Christmas, Thanksgiving. I mean, like, who got a better Thanksgiving than the black man's Thanksgiving? But what happens? They always get shot up or something. You know what I'm saying? We got all the movies about how Big Mama used to make the biggest feast for the family. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? They made the best recipes for Thanksgiving. You know what I'm saying? Betty Crocker, or not Betty Crocker, what do you call that? Whatever that old white lady is, her recipes could never compete to the sisters in our community. Right. But for some reason, we're the one cursed with the family not even be able to sit together at the table because Uncle so-and-so or cousin so-and-so molested you when you was a kid. Now you got to sit at the same table with him. You know what I'm saying? He was touching you as a child. You know what I'm saying? These are the curses we deal with. You know what I'm saying? Because we want to get into these other holidays and religions, not realizing the backbone of these things, what they actually mean. You know what I'm saying? You want to dress your kids up. I mean, I remember I heard this for the first time, and this is why the truth is so heavy, because you come in here and you get literal practical knowledge, because we tell our children all year round not to talk to strangers. Besides this one day of the year, you go tell them to knock on a stranger's door and go get some candy from a stranger. You don't see how, like, when you as an adult or as a parent, you'd be like, damn, that is a little stupid, huh? You know what I'm saying? And then wonder why they always get cases where I remember my mom used to be terrified. Razor blades in the candy, because you know these Edomites be nasty. You don't even know if they like wiping their butt with it and then they'll give it to the kids because they tired of the kids throwing eggs at they. You know what I'm saying? Like, and then you hear about them poisoning kids. I mean, like the 80s with the serial killers and the clowns. I mean, that's what they was doing. They would go out, kill, molest kids on Halloween. That was their thing. A lot of these horror movies come from that. You know what I'm saying? And you want to go send your kids out there still. You know what I'm saying? Because of nostalgia. Because you were taught by Esau, or you were taught by the TV that Halloween is something great. You know what I'm saying? And then in reality, it was your destruction. Because everybody loved that docuseries of Jeffrey Dahmer, not even realizing what community he was terrorizing. He was terrorizing the black community. He was also in the alternative lifestyle community, but he was in the ghetto. I forget what city it was, but he was in the ghetto. He wasn't in the suburbs. He was eating black people. He was killing black men. You know what I'm saying? Keep going.
For even the woman did change the natural use into which is against nature.
Now sisters believe it's supposed to be a gay stage that every sister go through. I don't know if you realize that, but in high school, females think, you know, I had that. I mean, not even in high school. You talk to a sister now, like, you know, I had that gay stage. That what? Why do you believe that you gotta go taste cat for you to become an adult? Like that's common analogies now sisters talk about. Like everybody has that stage where they thought about or they did have intercourse with the same sex. That's not normal, sis. You know what I'm saying? You're doing totally opposite of what the Lord made you for. what I'm saying? Go ahead.
This big in college too.
Yeah.
You go to college, he think, oh, it's college party. Oh yeah, I gotta experiment.
Right. You gotta experiment. Like you gotta. That's they used to kill me when they used to try to tell sisters that. And I used to battle when I was young. In the truth, it's like just because we're young don't mean we gotta make stupid decisions. Like why do I have to have sex with a whole bunch of whores for me to realize I don't want to have STDs? Like why do I have to go through that to learn a lesson? Why can't you tell me, okay, from your experiences, you don't want that. You want a woman, you want a marriage, you want, you know what I'm saying? All of that. But instead you say they're young, they'll learn. Instead of teaching. It's like you gave up on parenting after they hit 18. Go ahead.
Some of them want to go through.
Right. That's what they tell sisters though. I noticed that they tell sisters like you gotta go out there and experience life. What the hell does that mean? I'm asking for marriage advice. You telling me I got to go experience life. So you telling me to divorce my husband and go sleep with other men and then try to come back to my husband when I got it figured out? That is the simple mind.
Say it so heavy because I was watching this is a new show called it's on Hulu. What was it called again? My brother talked about?
The show y'all she wanted to watch. I forget.
Yeah, so come to find out, her husband had a baby with somebody else. They go simple old Eve.
Right.
Talking about some she should go out and she should leave, go out and do her for a while to see if she really want to be in that.
Yeah, it's like
I said, are you not married to a priest? Are you not married to a priest? Like, what are you talking about? Somebody.
Yeah, like, and then that's how sisters get tricked because they got friends that are bitter or because they man was nothing, right? That sister would tell a married sister, listen, he ain't acting right, sis. You can come outside with me. And a lot of times, these girls' trips, I'm starting to see this trend on social media too about these girl trips being exposed, about how they be having intercourse with each other on these girls' trips. You know what I'm saying? Or these sleepovers. I'm like, what in the hell is going on? Y'all real sexual deviants over here. Like it is Judah a lot of times too. It's like, what the hell? Why are you that more? Like, what's going on? Go ahead.
You ever went out and you see a group of girls dance, pulling on each other?
Yeah, like y'all get real freaky with each other. Like, what are you doing? Like, sheesh. And half of them be married. Yeah. You got a man at home and you let some girl grope up on your cat and all that, and then get like, what is going on? What is going on? And this is what is happening because we want to celebrate these holidays. You know what I'm saying? So the Lord gave us up to vile affections. You know what I'm saying? She don't even understand what she's doing is disgusting. She think it's normal. She don't even understand this is going against her nature. There was a time she just only wanted to be around you, like her husband. Now you that freaky that you want to see what that mouth do. Like, that's what we doing in the club. You know what I'm saying? You see a lot of disgusting things in the club too. Like, there's not other people there. They over here having intercourse in the club. I think that's where some of Diddy's so-called escapades was happening. And I still don't understand why. What's the fantasy with just having intercourse in front of other people? I don't understand that right now. Like, I really don't understand why a lot of these celebrities want to do that in front of other people. Like, it's just sick. You know what I'm saying? And this is what a lot of people are doing nowadays. You know what I'm saying? This is normal. You know what I'm saying? Sisters, there was a time, like it says what, her foot was like soft upon the ground. I forget the scripture. You know what I'm saying? she was so modest. You know what I'm saying? This is a time where sisters were like the creme de la creme. Instead, they want to be so hard body. They want to be so I can't even use the words they use nowadays. They want to do what they want. You know what I'm saying? No man to run them. You know what I'm saying? And now you letting Esau run you, white man run you, and now you naked every day. It's not hard to sleep with you now. I don't gotta worry about spitting game. You know what I'm saying? Brothers is just so outright with it now. They don't even gotta be like, you know what I'm saying, romance a woman anymore. What happened to that? You ain't even gotta, like, you know what I'm saying, bring the flowers. You ain't gotta really spit game. Now it's just outright, I just want to sleep with you. And sisters is gone for that. That's what we became as a community of people, a nation. Go ahead.
I'm saying that because listen to the slow jam, the new slow jam era that's out now.
Right, the R&B. It ain't nothing about, oh, I love this girl, like da-da-da-da. No.
It's about, oh, you cheated, I cheated.
Yeah.
Like, what? So
I effed your whole friend group, but you okay with that?
Right.
Oh, whoa. I'm like, what is going on here? Like, you, like, love ain't even love no more in the black community. Go ahead.
Like, they don't even know how it feels to make love to the slow jam.
Right.
It's all
gangster music. I know back in the day, that's why there's so many babies. That's why back in the day, the parents had like 12 kids. Now they talking about 5 kids, 3 kids is enough. Oh, I'm tired. 3 kids. I'm like, my mom, she grew up with 11 brothers. I was like, whoa, that's a lot of kids. Like, and what they was listening to, they probably was a lot of jazz, a lot of R&B, a lot of love music.
Right.
But guess what? The men back, I would say all of them, but a lot of the men back then were like tougher, saying harder, but they still had that R&B with the afros and all that. But nowadays, you listen to all this drill music and you soft as candy. You know what I'm saying? You drilling the shorty out to all this gangster and killing music, but you corny. Yeah, like you know what I'm saying? You ain't even doing it right. Jackrabbit the whole time. You know what I'm saying? Is that it on that scripture? You know what I'm saying? The sister had gave away her natural use of a woman to eat carpet, chew on the carpet. All right, go ahead.
Verse 27. And likewise, also the man.
So now it's talking about the men. We know this is the epidemic. Sisters are talking about how there ain't no real men no more. You know what I'm saying? You want to know why there ain't no real men? First off, it kills me when sisters say this because a lot of you have best friends that are gay.
Right.
You have that male, or not gay, but LGBTQ plus, whatever. You have that male, alternative lifestyle. You have that male best friend. And you know what's so crazy? A brother brought this out to me a while ago. They be the first ones to comment about you. Like they the ones always talking trash. They the ones always stabbing you in the back. Just look at all them little saucy Santanas and how quick they be about like, oh, your wig is raggedy or your makeup trash. You know what I'm saying? Like those alternative lifestyle brothers, they the ones that's ready to bring you down. You know what I'm saying? But they your best friends. You gotta have one. You gotta have at least one. But then you want to talk about how your man ain't doing nothing right. You know what I'm saying? You want to talk about how sassy your man is, the one that's actually drilling you. You know what I'm saying? But you best friends with alternative saucy Santana. You know what I'm saying? Like y'all competing for your man right now, and you don't even know it. And especially when you go to Atlanta, you start to realize a lot of those men over there competing for your man.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? A whole bunch of downloads. You know what I'm saying? I can't even see just Atlanta. I remember there was a time it was just Atlanta for blacks. Now it's damn near everywhere. That alternative lifestyle is thriving. You know what I'm saying? Now it's so normal to be an alternative. Now it's so normal, it's abnormal to be straight. It's abnormal to be like, I don't like wearing dresses. I don't like wearing crop tops. I don't like wearing what they be wearing, the boots. I don't want to share my girl clothes. That's like I don't want to do that. Me and my wife, nah, we don't do that. We don't smoke weed. It's abnormal for you to be a up straight man. You know what I'm saying? That only likes women. You know what I'm saying? Nowadays, you looked at as you don't do both. What? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like they looking at you funny now.
He said 2024.
Right, it's 2024. You only just do girls? Hell yeah! Like, what you mean? Like they looking at you funny. Like, keep going.
God. And likewise, also the man, leaving the natural use of the woman.
You know what I'm saying? You don't even want to deal with a woman. Like you want to do everything else to the woman, but sleep with her. You know what I'm saying? But have babies with her. You telling her to abort her children. You know what I'm saying? You want to go sleep with a man. But this also goes into the Roman Empire, because you know where the monogamy kind of started was Rome, because they wanted to have their alternative lifestyle lover, which is where those bathing, what do you call those things? The things that they do in the gym with the saunas, they call them bathing houses. So that's where they would go and meet their alternative lifestyle lover and have intercourse. And they wanted to love him, but they couldn't have more than one wife. So that's what they would have. They would have their wife at home, and they would have that the man they wanted to be with. You know what I'm saying? So they would do both of that. That's where monogamy really started. That was when in Rome. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of times, and America picked it up, and you know, so on and so forth. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of these things come from Rome and their alternative lifestyle ways. You know what I'm saying? They wanted to be fruity. I don't know what else I could say. You know what I'm saying? Keep going. They didn't want the cat. They wanted whatever Diddy into. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead.
Oh God. Burn in their lust one towards another.
Uh-huh.
Men with men.
See? Burnt with they lust. Like you lusting after a man. Like them the men of Sodom and Gomorrah. What was they doing? They wanted that Lot said, you can have my daughters, man.
Right.
You can have my daughters. Listen, they all virgins. Nothing. They pure. Take them. Don't take these men. They said, nah, we want the men's. We want the men's. They was burnt in their lust. You know what I'm saying? And that's how it is today. And that's exactly how it is today. You thinking, you over here, you're like, I don't want to bring my girl. I seen a video. I think it was the boy Orlando Brown. He was like, he said, so can you have your girl around P. Diddy? He was like, no, you ain't got to worry about, he said, you don't got to worry about your girl. He wants you. He said, you got to worry about yourself, your own butt. You're like, God, hey, that's what they into. You know what I'm saying? He said, I will worry about yourself. Make sure you look at what you drinking. You know what I'm saying? Make sure you protect it. He don't give a damn about your girl. Your girl gonna make it home safe. You might not. You know what I'm saying? And that's what's diabolical about it. Like you thinking like, he gonna want my girl. It's P. Diddy. He gonna take my girl from me. No, he gonna take you. It's crazy work. Go ahead.
Oh God. Men with men working that which is unseemly and receiving in themselves that recompense of their error which was met.
So I can read it from the top.
The men part.
Yeah, that kind of crazy.
Verse this is the book of Romans, chapter 1, verse 27.
Uh-huh.
And likewise also the men, leaving the natural use of the woman, burn in their lust one towards another.
Right.
Men with men working that which is unseemly, and receiving in themselves that recompense of their error which was met.
So the Lord dealing with them. Right? What happens? What's a disease that's running rampant in the alternative lifestyle? AIDS. You want to be in that lifestyle, you get AIDS. You want to be in that lifestyle, what's another one? The new one, monkeypox. You sisters, you want to eat the cat, you get that little, I think the monkeypox is like the whole bunch of bumps around you, right? Like a whole bunch of like sores and stuff. You got that. You got herpes. You get all types of stuff. You know what I'm saying? You want to deal with that lifestyle. Go look at the stats when it comes to that alternative lifestyle and the alarming number of diseases they carry. You know what I'm saying? This is why, give me the law where it says it's an abomination and their blood will be upon them. I said, get the scripture.
It's an abomination and their blood will be upon them.
Yeah, it's talking about man will be, when a man lay with a man.
Oh, you want to make that a little bit?
Yeah, Leviticus. You know what I'm saying? The Lord deal with you when you decide to be in that lifestyle. You know what I'm saying? And it's so crazy because these holidays are all about that. You know what I'm saying? And I think back to, I think this is like 2016. Before COVID, these Halloween costumes, it used to be big. Like I remember celebrities, before they would go to their little celebrity party, they would post their outfits. You know what I'm saying? And it would go viral. Like I remember Offset and Cardi B's outfits and stuff like that before they go to the Halloween parties. You know what I'm saying? They would be dressed up as slutty something, and he would be like a Joker, and God knows what was going on at the parties they was going to. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it's gonna come out with these Diddy tapes and all that, but they was dressing up to get involved with other people. You know what I'm saying? You got it?
You talking about, come. Leviticus chapter 18, verse 22. Thou shalt not lie with mankind as with womankind. It is an abomination.
Hold on, let me get what you said. Leviticus 18.
22.
All right, go ahead.
This is the book of Leviticus, chapter 18, verse 22. Thou shalt not lie with mankind as with womankind.
So it's saying you shouldn't lie with a man just like you lie with a woman. Meaning what? You can't have sex with a man. You aren't to break a man, as I should say, like you would lay with a woman. You know what I'm saying? Because the Lord didn't make you to do that. You know what I'm saying? We just read where we would be going against our own nature. You know what I'm saying? That's going against your own nature to sleep with a man. It's unseemly. Like it's not natural for you to want or lust after a man. You know what I'm saying? I don't even understand it. You know what I'm saying? How could you even you want a man when this perfectly, beautifully built Eve or woman is right here, this sister. Instead, you lusting after a man. That's what you get when you celebrate Halloween. You know what I'm saying? You gave yourself a vile affections. And now you suffering. You can't even understand why you lusting after a man when you got this beautifully built. She got the natural BBL. And you going after a man. You suffering right now. You know what I'm saying? This is why we shouldn't be celebrating these holidays and stop falling for the traps that Esau is setting for us. You know what I'm saying? You laughing and giggling, bobbing for apples, celebrating Pomona, whatever her name is, Pomona. You know what I'm saying? Celebrating the dead. You dancing around the bonfires. You know what I'm saying? You going to these raves, you popping ecstasy, popping these pills. You know what I'm saying? You feeling excited. And then out of nowhere, you don't even realize it. The next day you wake up beside P. Diddy and you wonder why your body's so oily. That's what happens. That's what happens. You fell for it. You fell for the allure of, oh, he a black billionaire. He's the creme de la creme of the black community. You know what I'm saying? You went to his Halloween party and now you in the vault. You in his vault for the Johnson & Johnson vault. He over there showing you oils that Johnson & Johnson, the bottle from Johnson & Johnson, 1989, first bottle. He's showing you why this is favorite baby oil. You know what I'm saying? You high as hell off that ecstasy. You know what I'm saying? You taking all types of drugs at these parties. You ain't even realize he spliced the apples or whatever drinks. You know what I'm saying? You were so caught up in living that lifestyle. And now you on one of his tapes. Now you getting exposed. You know what I'm saying? If you just followed the laws of God, you wouldn't have been nowhere near that. You wouldn't have been impressed by P. Diddy's luxurious lifestyle. You wouldn't wanted to be at his parties because you would have seen him for what he was. You know what I'm saying? He wants to follow after Esau. He looks at Esau like a god. You know what I'm saying? All those Edomites that he hang with. You know what I'm saying? He learned those things from them. Epstein was doing it way before P. Diddy was. You know what I'm saying? And the other people that's in front of P. Diddy still doing it probably. You know what I'm saying? They talk about how P. Diddy, a lot of these things that was taking place happened at the Playboy Mansion. That P. Diddy ain't own no Playboy Mansion. That was a Hugh Hefner thing. You know what I'm saying? And I can't wait till Hugh Hefner, he dead now, but I can't wait till whatever he was doing gets exposed. The Lord revealed that. You know what I'm saying? But clip that. I want to go into these familiar spirits before I run out. Leviticus 19. Actually, it started Leviticus 18, 10 and 12. You know what I'm saying? Halloween.
18, 10 and 12?
Yeah, chapter 10, yeah. I mean, verse 10, it's like. You know what I'm saying? Halloween is the celebration of the dead, right? That's what they say. But the Lord said, you ain't supposed to be celebrating the dead. You know what I'm saying? He says it in the Bible several times, too. You know what I'm saying? We already discussed how Saul was an example of that. You want to raise your dead auntie and uncle, your dead grandma, because your feelings hurt because they gone. You know what I'm saying? But that's against the Lord. You know what I'm saying? Click on.
God, this is the book of Leviticus, chapter 18, verse 10. The nakedness of thy son's daughter, or of thy daughter's daughter, even their nakedness thou shalt not uncover.
Hold on, let me get what you said.
For theirs is thine own nakedness.
Hold on, what was that?
10, Leviticus 18 and 10.
That might have been the wrong one.
The one I gave you?
No, it was Deuteronomy. My bad. I said Leviticus. My bad. Deuteronomy 18 and 10.
This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 18, verse 10. There shall not be found among you any one that marketh his son or his daughter to pass through the fire, or that useth divination, or any observer of time, or any enchanters, or a witch.
So this is talking about witchcraft. All those brothers and sisters that think they can pull the dead, they can, I don't know, they got some type of wizardly powers. Think of like Harry Potter and stuff like that. We shouldn't have that in our nation. You know what I'm saying? So all those sisters that think, oh yeah, I can do this, and they over there thinking they doing whatever. You know what I'm saying? They can put the blood in the spaghetti, and now you're supposed to fall in love with the voodoo. And this is saying we shouldn't have that in our nation, right? Oh yeah, the sage too. I forgot about the sage. That's running rampant in black people. It's like we find out something that a person of color did, and we'd be like astonished. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead.
What kills me with the whole sage thing, like they'll make it seem like they doing it for good things. It's like, I'm just trying to bring in good spirits, or
they trying to what do you call them? Ward out bad spirits.
Yeah, ward out bad spirits. Well, and then if I could, I remember I was talking to the sister that did the sage thing, and she said that for one, a psychic, like she went to one of the psychics down in AC, and told her like she should sage and read Bible verses. So try to ward out the bad spirits.
That's a cut though, because but that also tells you that they don't read the Bible.
How come?
They don't read the Bible at all. Because the Bible goes strictly against that.
And if I could, the Bible tells you how to have good spirits and what will happen if you don't, or what will happen, or how to get bad spirits.
Right. They don't even know. They inhaling that. First off, they inhale blunts. They do this too with the blunt, like a sage.
Right.
Now you inhaling the damn bad spirit. You know what I'm saying? You inhaling the damn bad. Yeah. You inhaling the damn bad spirit. You putting it willingly into your body. You popping the pills. You inhaling the galaxy gas, or whatever they call it, the galaxy nitrous oxide. You know what I'm saying? Not knowing that's a bad spirit. That's a bad spirit to have, man. You know what I'm saying? But this is talking about witchcraft in the nation of Israel. It was a law made so that we wouldn't have it. Because guess what? Deuteronomy is what? When we came out of Egypt. So a lot of Egypt was filled with what? Enchanters. They was making sons go through the fire. Like they was doing a lot of craziness. You know what I'm saying? In Egypt, just like they was doing in what? Rome. What's the other one? Greek. I'm trying Assyria. Babylon, You know what I'm saying? A lot of times you have to sacrifice your children. You know what I'm saying? You ever see in today's time, they got these traditions different, like in, what's the Samoans called? Like over on the islands of Asia, they got to walk through the fire. Like they literally have to walk through coals, and they got to go to the end, walk through the coals, and they say, breathe in, all the types of nonsense they got you doing. You know what I'm saying? That's what it's talking about. We don't believe in that stuff. Go ahead.
Like you said, if you want, I got the scripture you said about Egypt.
Go ahead.
It's I got a scripture for it. This is the book of Leviticus, chapter 18, verse 3. After the doings of the land of Egypt, wherein ye dwelt, ye shall not do. And after the doings of the land of Canaan, whether I bring you, ye shall not do. Neither shall ye walk in their ordinance.
Yeah, it's saying all the lands that you've been in, don't take after all those nations, right? You pass through what? You said Egypt, Canaan, what else?
Egypt, Canaan, and
you know, so all those African nations that you went through, don't take on, because you understand Africa is disgusting, right? That's Hamite nations. I think that's all of them they describe. And you know, Ham, these are the same Hamites. They put doo-doo in their hair. Like the sisters, they put like a cast of cow dung. Cow dung is cow poop, right? They put it in their hair. That's where you see those pictures, and they got those thick casts on their head. That's poop. They be eating the monkeys like raw. They over there smacking the monkey like it's an egg, cracking open the skull, eating it. That's Ham. You know what I'm saying? So the Lord is saying, just because you pass through these lands, and this is another cut to those so-called uppity black folk that believe just because we was in the land of Africa that we're African. You know what I'm saying? Just because you was in that land don't mean you take after those people. You know what I'm saying? You dwelled among the Africans before the slave trade. Don't mean you got to go on and still take on the traditions of West Africa. You know what I'm saying? Those people are disgusting. You know what I'm saying? You fufu, igusi, whatever, it smells like doo-doo. Like, I hate the smell. You know what I'm saying? It looks disgusting. I remember there was a trend for black folk to go and try that. You know what I'm saying? On TikTok and all that. That stuff is disgusting, man. You shouldn't be trying all that. Let me get the Deuteronomy 18 and 11.
This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 18, verse 11. Or a charmer. Or a consulter with familiar spirit.
Ooh-wee. It's a cut to the sisters that think they talking to the dead. And it would kill me too, is why do they always got to be I don't want to say butt naked, but they be dressed like naked, basically. The sisters that believe they could talk to like their family and bring up the dead. Like, why do you have to wear a tank top? Not even a tank top. What do you call it? The belly shirts with no sleeves. And you got a whole bunch of beads on you. You know what I'm saying? The beads is we got more beads covering you than clothes. You know what I'm saying? And you think you're talking to the dead. The Lord is against you. You know what I'm saying? The Lord will destroy you for that too.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? This is no charmer. Now this goes to the East Indians. They're like the snake charmers with the flutes. The snakes, I think it was Indiana Jones, where the snake was coming out the basket. Those type of dudes, man, no. The Lord is against you too. You know what I'm saying? Keep going. It says consulter with familiar spirits. Familiar spirits is the ancestors, your family. You know what I'm saying? The Lord is against that. So when you try to use it for black people to say they talking to whatever ancestor from slavery, you know what I'm saying, your ancestors, and a lot of movies try to play that too. Like your ancestors give you power. Like when I hear that, I think of you ever seen Star Wars? And they got like the ghost of like Yoda and all them, and they giving them power. Or even think Dragon Ball Z, when what's the main character name? Goku. When he died, he gave his son power. You don't know what it is. You're a nerd. But he gave his son power, even though he was dead. So a lot of times they put it in our movies and stuff for you to believe it. You know what I'm saying? And the Lord is not with that. When you dead, you are worm food. You know what I'm saying? You ain't doing nothing for your people. It's so heavy too, because it stops you from doing stuff while you alive. Like, if you weren't nothing while you were alive, what makes you think you're gonna be somebody when you dead? You know what I'm saying? Why not back your people up now? Why not give your people strength now while you're alive? Instead, you need to die for you to give your children power, to give them some type of life. You got all the answers when you did, but you didn't have them when you was alive. You over there whispering into your son's ear so he can win the final battle. In reality, you could have gave him the answer now. You could have guided him now, but you had to wait till he was dead. This is why those familiar spirits is like totally against the Most High, because it stops you from wanting to do stuff while you're alive. You know what I'm saying? Keep going.
Or a wizard, or a necromancer.
Alexa, define necromancer.
According to an Alexa Answers contributor, a necromancer is someone who practices magic related to death. This usually involves communicating with the dead. In fantasy works, necromancy also includes creating zombies, bringing the dead back to life, or performing ritual magic around death.
Alexa, stop. You see how evil, like all these things we just brought up, it just sounded like crazy. Like if you walk around the street today, if you see something like that, it would make you like do one of them jumps. Like, what the hell? He over there playing with a head. Like, it's talking about voodoo. Necromancers is like, you ever seen the movies where they got the little tiki head? They got them type of things, or they over there trying to reanimate the dead. Go ahead.
Okay, if I could, I know we all got kids, so Princess and the Frog.
Oh yeah, that's a good John.
Yeah.
He's like, yeah. No, I'm talking about, it's a good example. I forgot he was basically a necromancer. So like, think of how the Caribbeans, they believe in a lot of voodoo. Even though it started, also most people don't know this, that started with the French. Voodoo and all that, it started with the French. The French believe in voodoo and the zombie, which is why when you get into those what's those things called under the city? Catacombs. A lot of those people, they would go into the catacombs and play with those dead bodies. That's how freaky Esau is. This is why they would be what is it called when you sleep with dead bodies? It's a specific word for when you like to have intercourse with like a dead body. They would go and pay. It's crazy work. Like, these heathens is disgusting. You know what I'm saying? They would go into these catacombs. They would be trying to put body parts together and bring people back to life instead of letting them go. You know what I'm saying? And this is why it's against the Most High, because it started a lot of diseases also. You know what I'm saying? Keep going.
Verse 12. For all that do these things are an abomination unto the Lord.
You're an abomination to the Lord. You're disgusting unto the Lord. You know what I'm saying? Just like when you just want to sleep with a man, or if you want to sleep. So like if you're a man that wants to sleep with a man, or a woman that wants to sleep with a woman, you're an abomination to the Lord. Keep going.
And because of these abominations, the Lord thy God doth drive them out from before thee.
Now this is talking about when Moses was in the wilderness, right? So he said he's gonna drive him out. You gotta get out. Like all these little enchanters and people that believe that they can raise the dead and play with the dead, you getting the hell out from this our people. You know what I'm saying? Because you gotta remember, in Egypt, not everybody that came out was Israel. You know what I'm saying? This is why we had to wander, 40 years? So he can kill us off. Well, not us, but like kill off. He had to slim us out, basically. Herd out a lot of things. You know what I'm saying? And these enchanters and these conjurers of familiar spirits, the Most High wanted them out. You know what I'm saying? A lot of things had to die off. You know what I'm saying? That's it with that. Give me Leviticus 19-31.
Come, this is the book of Leviticus, chapter 19, verse 31. Regard not them that have familiar spirits. You know
what I'm saying? This is another cut to the spirit of Halloween. You ain't supposed to be messing with the dead, man. Have no regard for the people that think they can talk to the dead. You know what I'm saying? This is Leviticus, which is, I think, before Deuteronomy. Halloween wasn't supposed to be celebrated by blacks and Hispanics. You ain't supposed to be talking to your dead folks. You know what I'm saying? You ain't supposed to be trying to meet them at the highest point of the moon or whatever the hell the point of Halloween is. You know what I'm saying? So this is a cut to the Roman Catholic Church that thought they could mix it in with whatever holiday of paganism that they wanted. You know what I'm saying? It's against the Lord. Keep reading.
Oh God. Neither seek after wizards to be defiled by them.
It's neither seek after wizards. You know what a wizard is? Your drug dealer, right? Your drug dealer, he wants to sell you drugs for his own gain. He's over here telling you he has a cure for whatever sickness that you believe you have, right? What's something that weed heads tell you that they smoke weed for? Anxiety, stress. You know what I'm saying? They tell you they pop perks because of, well, I got a bad back. Right. Since 89, I had a bad back. Now you popping perks. You got a perk addiction now. You know what I'm saying? Don't get tricked by these wizards to believing that you actually need this drug. You know what I'm saying? Because that's the wizard's job. The wizard's job is to hook you, right? Think of fishing. How do you fish? You put a bait on the hook, boom, throw it out into the water, and you let the joint bob. That's what the bob is for. Boom, it bobs. It tricks. But what happens once the fish bites? The fish can obviously just let go. Not let go because it's hooked on, right? And that's exactly what the drug is doing, right? You take that first hit, and now you're chasing that high, and now he has you. This is why it says, read that scripture.
This is the book of Leviticus, chapter 19, verse, you want the bottom of 31? Or the whole thing?
Bottom 31.
The bottom of 31. Neither seek after wizards to be defiled by them. I am the Lord your God.
To be defiled by them, man. They're going to defile your body. I mean, like, how many of the people that they said was dealing with P. Diddy was on drugs? A lot of them. They said a lot of them. They said he was giving them what? Tusi, pills, all types of drugs. And you let that man defile you. He got to do whatever he wanted to you. You know what I'm saying? That's the same thing a drug dealer does, which is a wizard in the Bible. You know what I'm saying? You doing whatever for that money now to get that drug. You doing whatever to support your habit. Now you a sister, you selling your body on the street. Now you a brother, you probably doing the same thing. It's 2024, right?
Right.
You selling your body just like the sister. You on the same street with the sister. You looking at your rib. You're like, oh, what you doing out here? Both of y'all selling it. You know what I'm saying? Let me get Leviticus. I'm going to go fast at these ones. Leviticus 20 and 6. You know what I'm saying? The Bible is solely against this familiar spirit deal. You know what I'm saying? Like there's too many scriptures in here that go against witchcraft and stuff for you to believe that sage is going to save you. You know what I'm saying? That crystals was going to protect your energy or whatever. What's that John called? The evil eye? The evil eye was going to protect you from whatever the hell. You know what I'm saying? You got that?
Okay. Go ahead. This is the book of Leviticus, chapter 20, verse 6. And the soul that turneth after such as have familiar spirits and after wizards to go and whoring after them, I will even set my face against that soul and will cut him off from among his people.
All right, read it from the top so I can break it down.
Kind out of one kind. And the soul that turneth after such as have familiar spirits.
So the person that wants to talk to the dead, the person that wants to talk to the so-called ancestors, be gone. That's what a soul is, right? I gotta describe what a soul is. A soul is a person. The spirit is like your vibe, your energy. What's some black people say? Your vibe is off, your energy is off. That's what the spirit is, right? You have the spirit of, what's the spirit that people can have? Like, I don't know, the whoredom, right? You act like a hoe, right? Keep going.
God. And after wizards.
Right? You going after drug dealers. Keep going.
To go whoring after them.
It's like you lusting after them, right? You like a whore lust after money. Like you You let anybody in. Like you letting them do whatever to you. Go ahead.
I will even set my face against that soul.
The Lord will be against you. Keep going.
And will cut him off from among his people.
Now, this is a time where the Lord was separating you when you were sin. I know for certain sins, you were cut off from the nation of Israel for what, a certain amount of generations, right? Like sometimes you would have to. This is so heavy though, because like now you have grace. Right now, Christ died, you got grace. Back in the day, you ain't had that. Your sons, and your sons' sons couldn't be around the nation. Like he couldn't see his cousins. He couldn't be around his other family because of you. Which is why following this law is bigger than just you. But he said nobody's bigger than the group, Otis. Like you about to mess up your family because you want to be selfish. You know what I'm saying? The Lord is teaching you something. You know what I'm saying? The Lord teaches you to not be selfish. It's not about just you. It's about the group. It's about the whole nation, which is what the men of the I.S.U.P.K believe in, man. We believe in saving the whole nation, not just ourselves. If we just wanted to save ourselves, we would be home with our families, just following the law. We wouldn't be teaching class. We wouldn't be out on the street corners. Right. We wouldn't be trying to push the truth if it was all about our own selves, like these other so-called Israelite groups. You know what I'm saying? They believe they should be home with their own families. Instead, we sacrifice ours, you know what I'm saying, to teach you and how to raise your family in the truth. You know what I'm saying? That's what Commander Junior YAHANNA did for us. Why not do it for another brother or sister? You know what I'm saying? But instead, you worried about familiar spirits. You worried about your ancestors. Talking to your ancestors. Keep going.
Verse 7.
Oh, Slaggy, that was it on that one. And with that, I'm gonna pass the class over to Precinct Officer Nathan. We don't got time for the last script.
Which one? The next verse? All right.
No, that's it. It's too late.
Look. This is the I.S.U.P.K security announcements. We are the I.S.U.P.K, started out at 1 West, 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under the command of General YAHANNA. Rules for new brothers and sisters. When a new brother or sister comes into the school, they are off limits for 6 months. They are here to be saluted only. They are here to shed themselves of the world. If they need transportation, the teacher will arrange it. After 6 months, if a brother or sister has an interest in a particular person, he or she must get permission from the head to speak to a brother or sister. There is another 6 months in which the brother and sister will court each other. After this month period, the brother and sister will get permission from the head to marry. Tithes, which is a commandment you find it in Numbers chapter 18, verse 21, or Malachi chapter 3, verse 8 to 10. It means spent in Hebrew, Y.A.H.U.P.K. 10% of any penny or of any increase the Lord gives you. Give to Treasury Department, priest fund, free will offering for priests, not mandatory. Whatsoever amount you would like. The upcoming Holy Convocation will be this Tuesday or this Wednesday, October the 2nd, and that is the memorial blowing of the trumpet.
Right.
And you want to read about that, that is in Leviticus chapter 23, verses 24 to 25. Remind Akima and Aqua to check the bulletin board in the hallway. If any brother wants to become a trooper in the school, start to wear all black, boot, shirt, headband, and scarf. And with that, men of Israel, I invite you. Men of Israel, we're going to get one courtesy salute. Men of Israel, I invite you to box. I invite you to rock. Yahweh, I should be out, shout, I the top.